Most seniors think they're staying healthy by drinking plenty of water. But what if I told you that how you drink that water could actually be making you weaker, stealing your energy, draining your muscles, and even affecting your heart? New studies from the Mayo Clinic and the National Institute on Aging reveal that seniors who drink water the wrong way are unknowingly putting their bodies under stress every single day. I've seen it firsthand, patients in their 70s and 80s battling fatigue and brain fog, only to bounce back with one small hydration change. What happens to hydration after age 70 the next few minutes? I'll show you what doctors wish every senior knew about hydration after 70 and how this one mistake could be silently accelerating aging. Have you ever noticed that your thirst just isn't the same anymore? Maybe you used to feel parched after a walk or a meal, but now it's like your body doesn't signal thirst the way it used to. You might go hours without sipping water, and even when you do drink, it doesn't seem to make you feel energized or alert. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not your fault after age 70. Your body's hydration system starts changing in ways most people, and even many doctors, don't talk about. According to a 2023 review from the National Institutes of Health, the aging brain becomes less sensitive to thirst signals, meaning seniors are far more likely to become chronically dehydrated without even realizing it. But here's where it gets worse. Even if you are drinking enough water, the way you drink, it could be undermining your health. Let me explain. As we age, several critical things happen. Your kidneys become less efficient at conserving fluids. Your cell membranes weaken, making it harder for water to enter and hydrate your cells. Your heart and blood vessels become more sensitive to fluid overload, especially if you drink too much at once. This means that gulping down a large glass of water all at once in the three most dangerous hydration mistakes seniors make. Morning or drinking big amounts only once or twice a day can actually stress your system rather than support it. One of my patients, 74-year-old Marjorie, came to me complaining of frequent dizziness, fatigue, and strange heart palpitations, especially after her morning hydration routine, where she drank 2 full glasses of water. Right after waking up, she thought she was doing the right thing. But what she didn't realize is that seniors' hearts are more vulnerable to sudden shifts in blood volume, and drinking too quickly can actually trigger short-term spikes in blood pressure, or lead to something called hyponatremia, a dangerous condition where your blood sodium gets too diluted. Once she adjusted her approach, small consistent sips of water throughout the day, especially before meals and after mild physical activity, her symptoms dramatically improved, her energy returned, her focus sharpened. Even her digestion felt smoother. This isn't just anecdotal. A 2022 study from the Journal of Gerontology found that older adults who consumed water in small timed intervals throughout the day had 30% fewer falls, 25% better cognitive scores, and reported greater emotional stability compared to those who drank the same total amount all at once. And here's the kicker. Most seniors think they're not drinking enough, but more often it's that their hydration strategy hasn't caught up with how their body has evolved. Mistake number 1. Drinking too much water all at once. Let's revisit what many seniors are taught. Drink 8 glasses of water a day. That's a great guideline for a younger, more resilient body. But after 70, your cardiovascular and renal systems are more sensitive. Chugging a full glass at once can trigger a rapid fluid shift in your bloodstream, which may overwhelm the kidneys, spike blood pressure, and increase the risk of swelling or shortness of breath. According to a study published in Age and Aging Seniors, who drank more than 300 male matter or Mo's, about 10 ounces in a single sitting, were more likely to experience postural hypertension, a sudden drop in blood pressure upon standing, leading to dizziness and falls. Instead, the safer strategy is hydration grazing, sipping 3 to 4 ounces of water at a time, every 6,090 minutes. Mistake number 2. drinking water too close to bedtime, waking up multiple times a night to urinate isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. It fragments your deep sleep cycles, which are already limited in seniors, and increases fall risk during nighttime. The shocking link between dehydration and muscle loss, bathroom trips. But here's the surprising part. Many seniors drink a large glass of water right before bed, thinking it will keep them hydrated overnight. But here's what actually happens. Your kidneys continue working while you sleep, and without the same bladder control you had decades ago. You're more likely to wake up exhausted, or worse, risk a fall in the dark. The fix: stop drinking water about 1.5 to 2 hours before bed, and instead, focus on gentle hydration throughout the earlier part of the day, especially before dinner. That way, your body has what it needs without sabotaging your sleep. Mistake number 3. Relying on thirst to tell you when to drink. This is one of the most dangerous myths seniors believe. If I'm not thirsty, I must be fine. But after 70, your brain's osmolar receptors, the tiny mechanisms that detect thirst, become less sensitive. That means your body can already be mildly dehydrated before you even feel thirsty, and mild dehydration isn't so mild when it comes to aging. Even 1 to 2% fluid loss can affect memory balance, reaction time, and energy in seniors, according to a 2021 European Journal of Nutrition study. One elderly patient, James, aged 79, told me, "I don't drink much during the day, I just don't feel thirsty." But he had been dealing with constant fatigue, leg cramps, and mild confusion. His hydration levels were borderline dangerous once he began using a simple schedule: sips at breakfast, mid-morning lunch, mid-afternoon dinner, and after a short walk, his strength and clarity returned within weeks. The truth is simple. If you're over 70, your body no longer plays by the same hydration rules, and continuing to follow outdated habits could be slowly wearing you down from the inside out. When seniors think about building strength or preserving muscle, they usually think of protein shakes, walking, or resistance bands. But what if I told you that your hydration habits could be silently sabotaging your muscles, even if you're eating right and exercising? Here's what the latest research reveals. Dehydration accelerates sarcopenia, the medical term for age-related muscle loss. And it's not just because of fatigue or weakness. The science runs deeper in a 2022 study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Researchers found that older adults who were even mildly dehydrated had 13% less muscle mass on brain fog, memory slips, and hydration. The missing connection average than their well-hydrated peers. That's a massive difference, especially for someone in their 70s or 80s trying to maintain balance, mobility, and independence. Why does this happen? Well, muscles are made up of nearly 76%. Water is essential not only for transporting nutrients into muscle cells, but also for flushing out the metabolic waste that accumulates during movement and strength training. When you're dehydrated even slightly, your muscles can become sluggish, prone to cramping, and slower to recover worse. Your body can actually start breaking down muscle tissue to access water it needs for vital organs. Let me share the story of Harold, a 78-year-old former Marine who came to me frustrated. "I'm doing everything right," he said, "eating high-protein meals, doing my chair exercises, but I feel like I'm getting weaker after a simple hydration test." We discovered he was chronically underhydrated. Not dangerously so, but enough that his muscles weren't getting the fluid they needed to stay strong. We added 6 ounces of water with each meal and 4 ounces after every physical activity. Just a few mindful sips within 2 months, his grip strength improved, and more importantly, his knees stopped buckling when he climbed stairs. This isn't just anecdotal. A landmark study out of the University of North Carolina confirmed that proper hydration enhances muscle protein synthesis, the process of building muscle tissue, by up to 18% in seniors. That means your body responds better to food, exercise, and even physical therapy when you're well hydrated. And if you've ever struggled with leg cramps, sudden fatigue after walking, or trouble getting up from a chair, there's a good chance dehydration is part of the problem, because muscles don't just need protein. They need water to stay flexible, strong, and resilient. So if you're serious about aging strong and staying active, your hydration strategy isn't optional. It's foundational. You misplace your keys, you forget an appointment. You walk into a room and can't remember why. Most people chalk it up to aging. But what if these frustrating moments of brain fog are being made worse? Or even caused by something as simple as how much water you're drinking or not drinking? In fact, one of the most underreported causes of cognitive decline in older adults is chronic low-level dehydration. Let's get straight to the science. The brain is made up of nearly 75% water. Every thought you think, a perfect one-day hydration routine for seniors. Every memory you access and every word you speak is powered by electrical signals moving between brain cells. And those signals depend on water to fire efficiently when hydration drops even slightly. Your brain slows down blood flow to the brain, decreases neurons fire less effectively, and you start to experience what many seniors describe as mental fog sluggishness, or just not feeling sharp. In a 2021 study from Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, seniors who were just 1.5% dehydrated showed 14% slower reaction times, 18% decrease in working memory, and higher levels of confusion and anxiety that's without any other underlying condition. Just water. Let me tell you about Eleanor, age 82. A retired librarian who prided herself on her quick wit and sharp memory. But over the past year, she noticed something slipping. "I used to fly through crosswords," she said. "Now I lose track of what I'm saying." Mid-sentence, her family grew concerned. Doctors ruled out Alzheimer's, dementia, and major nutrient deficiencies. But one thing stood out. She rarely drank water. "I just don't feel thirsty," she told me. Echoing a phrase I've heard from hundreds of seniors, we introduced a gentle hydration routine. 4 ounces of water before each meal, 4 ounces after every walk, and a warm cup of lemon water at sunrise. Within 3 weeks, her family noticed the difference. Eleanor was sharper. Her thoughts flowed, her crossword streak came roaring back, and the benefits weren't just cognitive. When your brain is hydrated, it's better at regulating mood and emotion too. That's because dehydration can raise cortisol levels, the stress hormone, while reducing levels of dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals that help you feel calm, focused, and emotionally stable. In fact, a 2020 study in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that hydrated seniors had 36% lower rates of depressive symptoms compared to those who were mildly dehydrated. It's not magic, it's chemistry. Water helps your brain wash away waste proteins linked to cognitive decline. It keeps your mood balanced, and silent dehydration signs most seniors miss it. Gives your mental engine the fuel it needs to stay clear, sharp, and strong. If you've been feeling forgetful, foggy, or emotionally flat lately, don't assume it's just age. It might be your brain's way of asking for water. So far, we've uncovered some surprising truths. Thirst fades after 70 too much water. At once can stress your heart, and even mild dehydration can sap your muscles, memory, and mood. But here's the good news. You can fix this starting tomorrow, and you don't need to buy fancy supplements or force yourself to guzzle water all day long. You just need a smart hydration rhythm that works with your aging body, not against it. Here's a simple one-day hydration plan based on what I've shared with hundreds of my patients, many of whom are now sleeping better, thinking clearer, and walking stronger. 7:30 a.m. Wake up water. 4 to 6 ounces of warm water right after waking up. This gently rehydrates your organs after a night of fluid loss and gets your digestion moving if you like. Add a slice of lemon. It supports your liver and adds a light, pleasant flavour without sugar or caffeine. Or your man of breakfast sips. Take 3 to 4 ounces of water before and after your morning meal. Not during, as drinking large amounts with food can dilute stomach acids and slow digestion in seniors. Pro tip: if you take morning medication, ask your doctor if it's best with or without water. Some require more fluid to be absorbed effectively. Gummalin meat morning post-drink 4 to 6 ounces, especially if you've been active. Even light chores or gardening can increase fluid loss through your breath and skin, and you may not feel thirsty until it's too late. 12:30 p.m. Lunch pairing, repeat the breakfast strategy. 3 to 4 ounces before your meal and another 3 to 4 ounces afterward. This spacing supports better digestion and helps avoid the bloated, sluggish feeling some seniors get when drinking too much while eating 3 hours p.m. Afternoon clarity ounces of water, and may a small pea of fruit lick watermelon or cucumber, which are naturally goopin dinner. Follow me before and after dinner. If you're adding soap, consider that part of your fluid intake final sip. This is your last drink of today is an oak. Used an oak to prevention, but not an oak to interrupt your vitrips. Pro tip: use a small glass. A full water bottle or tall glass can feel overwhelming. Instead, use a small 6 to 8 fluids to avoid what's harming you, even if it looks healthy. Oz glass, and keep it within reach all day. Make hydration feel easy, not forced, and most importantly, listen to your body. Not your old habits, not the 8 glasses a day rule from your 30s. Your body is older, wiser, and speaking a new language when you learn to hear it, everything changes. Most people think dehydration looks obvious: cracked lips, dry skin, or extreme thirst. But in seniors, dehydration can show up very differently, quietly, subtly, and often with dangerous consequences. Let me be clear. By the time you feel truly thirsty, you may already be 2 to 3% dehydrated, which is enough to impair memory, coordination, and heart function in older adults. So how can you tell when your body is asking for help? Here are 5 underestimated warning signs that could mean your cells are crying out for water, sudden fatigue, or low energy. You're walking across the room and suddenly feel winded, or you sit down in the afternoon and can't seem to get up again. Many seniors blame aging, but what they don't realise is that even mild dehydration reduces blood flow and oxygen delivery to muscles, making everything feel harder. In fact, a 2020 study from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that seniors who were dehydrated walked 11% slower and showed reduced endurance even after just 1 day of inadequate fluid intake. Mood swings, irritability, or anxiety. This might surprise you when your brain is low on water. Cortisol, stress hormone rises, and dopamine. Feel-good chemical drops. The result: you feel off-center, on edge, or even emotionally numb without knowing why. One 2022 study from neuropsychopharmacology reports showed that seniors who increased their water intake experienced a 27% drop in anxiety symptoms within 2 weeks. No medication, just hydration, dizziness when standing up. If you feel laden when getting out of bed or rising from a chair, don't brush it off. That could be orthostatic hypertension, a condition worsened by dehydration without enough fluid. Your blood volume drops, making it harder for your heart to stabilize pressure when you change positions. This is a major fall risk, and falls are the #1 cause of injury-related deaths in adults over 70. Confusion or trouble finding words you're mid-sentence, and suddenly your mind goes blank. While this can, the overnight hydration trick that helps you sleep better, happen with age. Dehydration amplifies it. Your brain needs water to transmit signals and clear out metabolic waste. Without it, you experience cognitive sluggishness, what many call senior moments. But here's the good news. Hydration can reverse it in just 72 hours of consistent sipping. Many patients report sharper recall and faster thinking. Dry mouth is not the first sign. Most people think that a dry mouth means you're dehydrated, but by the time your mouth is dry, your body has already been dehydrated for hours. seniors have lower saliva production due to medications and age, so relying on mouthfeel is misleading. Instead, check your urine colour. Pale yellow is ideal if it's dark, you're likely dehydrated if it's almost clear. All day, you may be overhydrating or losing electrolytes. These are not just minor annoyances. They're early signals, gentle warnings that your body's internal balance is off. And if you ignore them, they can lead to urinary tract infections, kidney problems, dangerous falls, mental confusion, hospitalization from heat, exhaustion, or fainting. But now that you know the signs, you can act before things spiral out of control. Not all fluids are created equal. In fact, some of the most popular beverages in senior households are doing more harm than good, disrupting sleep, spiking blood sugar, irritating the kidneys, or leading to subtle dehydration. Here are the top 5 drinks seniors should think twice about and what to choose. Instead, fruit juice. Even 100% natural, that glass of orange or apple juice in the morning might seem harmless. But here's what most seniors don't realise. Fruit juice is liquid sugar. Even 100% juice contains no fibre to slow down absorption, meaning your blood sugar can spike and crash quickly. Especially dangerous if you have diabetes or pre-diabetes worse. Juice doesn't hydrate well. A 2020 study from What Happens to Your Body After 7 Days of Proper Hydration. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that high-sugar beverages actually pull water into the gut during digestion, temporarily reducing fluid available to other parts of the body. Better choice. A few slices of fresh fruit with a glass of water. You get hydration, fibre and nutrients without the crash. Amper, they say, no sugar, but that doesn't mean no impact. Many diet drinks are loaded with artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose, which have been linked to gut microbiome imbalance, headaches, and even increased appetite in older adults, and caffeine-containing sodas act as diuretics, meaning they make you lose water rather than absorb it better. Choice naturally flavoured sparkling water or herbal iced teas. Unsweetened, they offer refreshment without side effects. Coffee after 2 p.m, mental alertness. Better choice switch it to after lunch or enjoy it. Sports drinks, while hydration with electrolytes can be beneficial, especially during heat or physical activity. Many store-bought electrolyte drinks are packed with unnecessary sugars, preservatives, and artificial dyes. Some contain up to 34 grams of sugar per bottle, more than a can of soda. Better choice. Look for low-sugar, electrolyte powders with sodium, potassium, magnesium you can mix into water or make your own. A pinch of sea salt, a splash of lemon juice, and a drop of honey, and 8 of water. As we age, our bodies process alcohol more slowly. A single glass of wine in the evening can disrupt sleep, act as a diuretic, and lead to next morning fatigue or confusion. It also blunts your natural thirst response, making dehydration. More likely, better choice swap that evening drink for a calming herbal tea like chamomile or a magnesium-infused sleep beverage, doctor approved, of course. And after, can help most seniors struggle with a frustrating dilemma. If they drink too much water at night, they wake up every few hours to use the bathroom, but if they don't drink enough, they wake up groggy, dry-mouthed, and the healing power of water starts now, drained. So how do you find the balance? It starts with understanding what your body actually does while you sleep between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Your body goes into repair mode during this time. Your brain flushes out toxins through the lymphatic system, a network that functions best during deep sleep. Your cells regenerate and rehydrate after a full day of activity. Your kidneys slow down urine production, assuming you didn't overload them with late fluids. But here's the key. This healing process relies on your body being properly hydrated before bed. Not during. Most people try to hydrate too late, thinking a big glass of water before sleep will help. But for seniors, this backfires. The secret: a pre-lee hydration window, the golden window, 6:30 p.m. to 8:00 p.m. This is your prime time to gently top off your hydration without overloading your bladder overnight. Here's how. At 6:30 p.m, sip 4 to 6 ounces of room temperature water. With dinner, this supports digestion and starts replenishing your system at 7:45 p.m. Take a final 3 to 4 ounces of water, preferably warm or infused with calming herbs like chamomile mint or lemon balm. This signals the body to relax and absorb gently without triggering a diuretic effect. What you avoid is just as important. No caffeine after 2 p.m, no sugary drinks or carbonated beverages after 6 p.m, no large quantities of fluids after 8 p.m. Your body loses moisture overnight through your breath, skin, and natural metabolism. Even if you're not sweating, but you can slow this moisture loss with one simple bedtime addition. A humidifier studies show that seniors who sleep with a humidifier on low, 40 to 50% humidity, experience fewer nighttime awakenings. Less mouth dryness, improved oxygen absorption during REM sleep. It's a passive way to support overnight hydration without lifting a finger. Another subtle trick: elevate your feet slightly while sleeping. This improves circulation and helps prevent fluid pooling in the lower legs, which can build pressure on your bladder and kidneys. Here's a question. I ask every senior who walks into my clinic, if your body could speak clearly, what would it say after just 1 week of being hydrated the right way? You might be surprised, because for many of my patients the changes begin faster than they ever expected. Not in months, not in years, but in as little as 7 days. Let's walk through what can happen to your body day by day when you start supporting it with consistent age-appropriate hydration day. 1 to 2, your body starts trusting you again by sipping water throughout the day. Especially in the early hours, you begin to replenish fluid loss from the night before. Improve blood circulation and take pressure off your kidneys. Your digestion begins to ease. You may notice less bloating, better bathroom regularity, and improved appetite, especially if you are unknowingly dehydrated for weeks or months. Day 3 to 4, mental fog begins to lift. This is when things get interesting as hydration reaches your brain. Many seniors report fewer senior moments. You may find yourself remembering names more easily. Finishing crossword puzzles you used to abandon, feeling calmer during the day. That's because the electrical communication between brain cells improves with hydration and cortisol levels. Your body's stress hormone begin to drop. One of my clients, Leonard, age 76, said it best. I didn't even know how foggy I'd become until I felt clear again. Day 5 to 6, strength and balance, improved muscles begin absorbing water more effectively. You may notice less fatigue when walking, fewer leg cramps at night. Easier transitions when standing up or climbing stairs. Why? Because hydrated muscle cells recover faster, contract more efficiently, and resist injury. Even your joints feel looser thanks to improved lubrication. This is when many seniors say, I'm moving like myself again. Day 7. Sleep deepens, energy returns on the 7th day. Your body's internal rhythm begins to reset with proper pre-bed hydration. Fewer interruptions from late-night bathroom trips and less overnight fluid loss. You may sleep deeper and longer than you have in months. You wake up more refreshed, emotionally stable, and alert. Blood sugar tends to stabilize, mood swings decrease, and even your skin may look brighter. And here's the most important part. Once your body knows it's being supported, it begins to let go of its stress response. You stop feeling like you're always pushing through and start feeling like your body is working with you, not against you. It's not magic. It's not medication. It's simply giving your body what it needs and has been asking for all along 7 days.